Mary's favorite guest is on the air with us.
Oh, Mr. Corey Perlman, he is our social media expert, and he is here to talk about, of course, social media keynote speaker, owner of Impact Social Media Incorporated.
Let's not forget CoreyPerlman.com for his keynote stuff.
That's right.
So I was just asking these guys, Corey, last break before you came with us, if anybody's actually using social media here anymore. If I before I fall asleep, or if I have a second, like in an airport,
yeah,
that's like I don't post. I wouldn't even know how to post anymore. I can share a story because it'll say share a story.
There you go.
Yes,
all
but
right.
There's no music to it. There's no.
People call me and say, "What's that thing with the plus button and the thing? The thing with the circle around it?" Like,
and the
no
thing.
idea.
I'm giving up. I mean, I know that it's important, and I know that it's like we're leaving money on the table as businesses by not taking advantage of social media, because it used to be, you have a website, what else do I need? So talk to us about some of the trends to watch out for in 2026. Is there anything new coming?
Well, good to see you guys. Happy New Year, as always, and great to be on the show. I'm not seeing any new platforms on the horizon, but what we talked about last year is the potential of TikTok to go away.
Yeah.
And that sense obviously changed. So my prediction is that more businesses are going to plant their flag on TikTok as the demographic of the audience gets a little older and more into our sweet spot of a potential buyer.
You know, I was talking to Mary. We've got 90,000 people following us on TikTok Money, on Sully Speaks Money on TikTok. And we went viral 2 years ago when we were talking about Elon Musk and Tesla. And we don't do any best practices stuff. But my question is, can you, and I think I've asked you this before, maybe I haven't. Let's say we want to do a cooking show suddenly. Can you repurpose that audience to Sully Speaks Salmon, Sully Speaks Spam? And keep the same, because it seems as though they're there regardless if I'm posting or not. Now I know that isn't for everybody, but maybe I'm simplifying this.
Well, here's one little trend that's happening that you could jump on is there's something called trial reels on Instagram right now, where you can post reels to a non-follower audience. So if I were in your shoes, I would take that clip that went viral and I would post it there on trial reels and get it to a new audience and get a potential second viral sensation.
Interesting.
Well, a lot of it is not even who's following you anymore, because it's being posted on, your habits on social, and you're getting in the For You page. And everything on my feed, I get some people that I'm not following because Instagram tells me I'm going to want the information, and a lot of times I do.
Yeah, and I know this is a business show, so I want to give you a New Year's resolution that I'm trying to do, which is to supplement or substitute my doom scrolling on either Instagram or TikTok for LinkedIn. Because if I can take the couple minutes, or even sometimes the 30 or 45 minutes that I waste on Instagram on the most ridiculous nonsense that I see, and scan potential business opportunities and stay engaged with people who can actually do business with me, imagine what 2026 could
What are you
look like.
talking about? Don't you want to know how the pyramids were built? Don't you want to know that we've got there's a thing in this space that's going to crash into us next March? I mean, seriously, it's now, by the way, all of you in the studio will now have pyramids,
of course,
and now have alien stuff on. LinkedIn is an interesting animal to me. I remember putting my LinkedIn profile together when I thought I should do something like that, and of course, haven't done any for 5 or 6 years on it, and I ignore any email I get. Is this a client acquisition tool at the end of the day? Is that what this is, or is it a job-seeking tool at the end of the day?
Yes, and yes. I think it's a B2B network. I think that it's a different world than potentially you live in. I think you're more B2C world, which makes more sense for Instagram and TikTok and some of the other platforms. But for those of us that are B2B and play in that space, it's probably the only social tool that actually provides solid ROI.
So my question is this, though. So let's say you're a services business, a business that's providing other services to other businesses. How do you cut through the traffic? Because I think I think that's been the bane of the social media existence. Let me bring up the music industry again. It is so much easier to have your music heard these days, but there is so much of it now that still, it's probably even harder than it was back in the 70s when you were trying to cut a record deal by sitting on the steps of Columbia Records.
Yeah, I'm not going to blow smoke, Sully. It's noisier than ever. But the two things that are most interesting to me is the adoption of AI, as you all know, has been faster than any of us could have imagined. So 2026, people are frustrated with it. They're annoyed by it and they're pissed off about it. So I think the way to cut through the noise is going to be more real, to be more human. Episodic content, something I just shot recently where you could tell by the ums and the ahs and the dog barking that it was not AI. That's the type of content people want to see.
Corey, do you think we will ever get to the point, or maybe we're getting there sooner than we know, where someone says, all right, we're going to have an AI-less social media platform?
Potentially. I don't know. I mean, it might be too far down the track, so to speak.
Well, but wait a second though. On that subject, potentially, is it doing, in your opinion? I mean, you're the guy to ask this. Is AI doing more damage than good on some of these platforms?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. And in fact, what's going to be interesting is when people start leaving or spending less time on the platform because it's so AI generated, that's when the platforms are going to care and start doing things to remove AI.
Hey, Corey, before we let you out of here, I wanted to say we were talking about what's coming in 2026, but what went away is metaverse is gone, right? And speaking of, people don't want fake world, they want real world. So I was just laughing a little bit that his big plan, Zuckerberg, all went to
Hell in a handbook.
Yeah.
Hell in a handbook. Yeah, you're right. I think that the core values of human existence came, to the forefront, that we want human real connection. And so hopefully we revert back to that in 2026 and beyond.
The interesting part is that all those things that we were addicted to, Vine, MySpace, I can't even remember a number of them, they're just gone completely.
Right.
And I'm wondering when Facebook's going to join that crowd. That's got to be the one that's on the cliff now.
To me, Facebook is just one giant ad. And
Yeah.
God forbid you click on one of those ads. That is all you are going to see in between stories and people you actually care about.
Yeah. So Mike's getting a, bikini ads as well.
Okay, I looked up bikini wax, and boom, comes across my screen. Corey Perlman, social media keynote speaker. He's owner of Impact Social Media Incorporated, CoreyPerlman.com and ImpactSocialMedia.com. He is our go-to for everything social media.